Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My kids are sleeping, so I'm hoping they stay asleep so I can film this. And you know, like there's so many questions on this Instagram photo where I'm getting my questions from that I'm not going to be able to answer them all. I think it would take me the rest of this year to make YouTube videos, and I can only upload like 1 to 3 times a month, so I'm just going to pick questions at random. I was trying to go in order, but here's just going to be a random question. And I know, like in my last video, part 2 of 4, I started to read a question and then I got interrupted by my son or daughter. Somebody woke up, I think it was Lucas, and I didn't get to finish answering that, but I remember it was such a sweet comment, so thank you so much. Sarah D. DeGenstein, I totally butchered that name, but anyway, Sarah, it's you. Dear Jennifer, in your past videos you said you wished you had more of a dance background, and having a dance background there is a higher chance you might get into Disney. What kind of extra stuff could you do at Disney if you had a dance background? Love, your biggest fan, Sarah DeGenstein. Oh my gosh, Sarah, thank you. Thank you so much for fangirling, quote unquote. Yeah. Okay, well the thing is that Disney Entertainment, they don't just use you as, like how I was cast as Princess Jasmine, they never just used me as Princess Jasmine. Yes, they did need me there, and that's where I did the most of my work in Disney Entertainment, but if I would have had higher dance skills, then they would have used me more in parades. Like they wanted to train me to do the floats as the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. What are the names? Fauna, Merryweather. Oh my gosh, I don't remember them all. That makes me a bad former Disney cast member if I don't remember all of the names of every single character. But yeah, like I remember they tried to train me to do those fairies for the floats in the Spectral Magic Parade, and I just wasn't up to par, and they were like, you know, I don't think we're not gonna cast you in this parade thing after all as those fairies, because your movement skills, choreography wise, they're just a little lacking in talent. And it was hard for me. It was something that it kind of scared me, and I just, you know, once you get it into your head that you're a bad dancer, I feel like that makes it even worse, because then you kind of become what you believe. If you believe you can never learn something, then you're never going to learn it because you have that mental block. And so I say the sooner you can take classes, and I feel like in a classroom setting there's much less pressure. You're allowed to make mistakes. And when you're already in Disney Entertainment and you're seeing other girls pick it up like that, and they're not having the same troubles that you're having, you know, they're gonna be the ones that are cast in that parade, and you're gonna be left standing there not getting cast because they don't have time for you to make mistakes. They don't have time to deal with somebody who, I mean, to a degree, yes, they will work with you, but and it depends on how badly they need you to learn it, something, you know, but they had other people that they could cast, and they were like, you know what, you just stick to doing Princess Jasmine. We're not even going to use you in this parade as those fairies, which was, I mean, I guess that was fine by me because I preferred being Rope Girl in Spectral Magic anyway. But like stuff like that, or not only that, but Phantasmic. I didn't get trained to do Phantasmic. I didn't get trained to do Cinderellabration, which was this wonderful stage show in front of Cinderella's castle. And I could have worn this beautiful tiara. The Princess Jasmine outfit that was worn for that stage show was gorgeous, just gorgeous. And I had to wear the same old Princess Jasmine outfit, which, you know, I was blessed to be doing Princess Jasmine at all in general, because most girls don't even get to do the princess thing. But you know, you want to do things that are as cool as possible at Disney. You don't just want to do the same thing every single time, every single day. And not only that, but just a bunch of other things that were really cool. There was the trolley parade. I mean, doing Princess Jasmine is awesome. It's really fun, but every so often, you know, you kind of fall into the grass is greener syndrome, and you see your friend doing something else that's really cool, and you kind of think it would be cool to do that too. Well, because I lacked certain dance skills, I couldn't do that. It's just, overall, they're gonna prefer to cast people who can be versatile and used in many positions rather than just one position. You know, they want to get the most bang for their buck out of who they're hiring. I hope that kind of answers your question. Thanks for watching my channel, Sarah. You're awesome. Oh, she also writes, P.S. Can you ask my question in your video? It would make my day if you could. Yes. Just message you right now and let you know that you are being your question is getting filmed. And the next question is by Lily Magana. I hope I pronounced that right. She writes, do you think it's hard to get picked as a face character if you are a foreigner? And she misspelled foreigner, which makes me think, does she have a foreign accent? You know, because if you don't spell foreigner right, you know, it makes you wonder how good of, like, how well of a handle do you have on the English language? Because in order to do a character in the USA, they're really strict on the accent. I'm not even gonna lie. And they want you to sound like the cartoon character. And the way I see it is, if a bunch of foreign actors from like Australia and different countries can learn the American accent, then so can you. You know, if Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman and, you know, who else can learn to talk a certain way, so can you. So if you are from France and you have a French accent and you look like you could be Cinderella here in Disney World in the USA, learn to speak American. If I were a foreigner coming to audition in the USA, I would hide my accent at the audition. I would not let them know, and I would just let them hire me and cast me and pick me at the audition, and only after I was hired, then I would let them know I'm actually French or something like that. Because I was actually talking to a face character in Disney Entertainment right now, and she said there was a girl who did that and it worked for her. They didn't know that she was from another country, because you can get the work visa. You know, Disney hires people from all over the world. So the fact that you're from a different country isn't going to matter to Disney. But Disney Entertainment, because that's a separate kind of interview, it's an audition process. If you can make it into their club and they're none the wiser, then hey, why not? You know, I have heard that they're a lot less strict in Disneyland Paris, that they don't mind that British accent. They don't mind a foreign accent, because people from all over Europe go to audition for the Disneyland princess roles. So that's something to consider too. If you just want to do the princess thing and you don't mind working in Disneyland Paris, I would probably audition there. It's less work. You don't have to change your accent so much. But if you're coming to audition in the USA, definitely hide the accent from them. And another thing to keep in mind is, not only are you going to have to hide your accent at the audition, but you're going to have to hide it every day that you come into work. For however many years you work as a Disney princess, you're going to have to hide it all the time. So, you know, do you really want to put that much effort into sounding American? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Because if you relax on your accent one day, the management might find out, and then what? What are you going to do? So they might, you know, then they might stick you as a fur character. So you don't want that to happen. But don't give up your dream if you are a foreigner. Just make sure that you learn that American accent. Fruit Lover 212 says, you have talked a few times about character training. Could you talk more about what your experience was then? I think I'm going to have to make that a separate video, because this is more question and answer for audition stuff. So anyway, so I will keep that question in mind, Miss Fruit Lover 212. And you're not the first person to ask that question. So it definitely needs to be made into a video, so keep an eye out. Kale Say, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. She writes, what type of dance background would you suggest to have before auditioning? Like the basic amount? Oh gee, I don't even know the basic amount. Well, first of all, there are some girls who do get cast who have never had any kind of formal dance training. They're just naturally good at picking up dance moves. I'm not one of those people, and I would venture to say that a lot of people are not so naturally gifted that they can just wing it. Some people are. If you know that you're one of those people, then more power to you. But just to be on the safe side, I would still take a few classes. Yeah, the girls that I knew usually had a background, like a base foundation background in ballet, which is probably one of the most strict forms of dancing that I know of. If you're a professional dancer, please comment below and add whatever you want to add to this conversation. But that's what a lot of girls had background in, and that's hardcore. Talk about the whip. I took an adult ballet class, and I wish that I had taken it when I was younger, because they're super strict. But then belly dance, I took belly dance also, and they are not strict at all in their technique and all that. It's a lot more creative interpretation, and I would not suggest something like belly dance, because unless you want to be a belly dancer at Disney, but the mainstream popular dancing at Disney, it seems to be more contemporary, more pop. I wouldn't necessarily suggest hip hop, but maybe. I guess I'll be honest, I'm probably not the best person to ask, because I was not a dancer in the first place. But what I would do is I would go on YouTube and search some of the dance performances at Disney World, and look and see what type of dancing they're doing, see what style, so that you can get an idea for what type of dance Disney is looking for. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not making sense. Like, see what style of dance they have in their parks, and that is the style of dance you'll want to try to find classes in. Does that make sense? I'm sorry I'm not a better help with that question. Sorry. I need Rachel here. Rachel, you need to be here because you're a good dancer, Rachel. You could have answered this question. Jillian's 18 says, do girls sometimes get cast as other characters at the audition as well as one of the characters the audition was auditioning for? I think I understand that question. Yeah. See, when I went to audition, I just figured they would cast me as Princess Jasmine because I have dark features, and so that's the character I was hoping they would see me as, and that is what they saw me as. And they also cast me as Pocahontas on the same day, but I did have to ask for it. I did say, would you also consider me as Pocahontas? And then they looked at me and they were like, yeah, we'll put you down as Pocahontas too. So they didn't make me try on the wig. I think they just looked at me and they were like, you have dark features, sure. Which the girls I saw in the park were like, and my daughter is half white, my son's half white, but they were, for lack of a better phrase, they were just white girls with black wigs on, is kind of what I saw. So I think they were like, you look ethnic, sure, That's kind of how I felt. Anyway, and so they were like, yeah, we don't even need to see you in the Pocahontas wig, we're just going to slap that Pocahontas wig on you. You'll do. If you were auditioning for Merida, do you think they pick you not only on looks, but if you can do the accent, or do they train you to do the accent? As far as I know and remember, unless things have changed, they judge it on looks, and then they train you how to speak with the foreign accent. But if you can already practice it at home, please do, because they might try to see and hear how you sound already at the audition, just to see how much training they're going to have to do with you. And I think it would give you a leg up if you already kind of had been practicing. Something to think about. But they do train you. I remember they would definitely take a lot of time. And the girls who were trained to, like Alice and Mary Poppins, they were trained really well by Disney, and they did a good job. And girls, know that I am rooting for you. I really hope that you're cast. Stay tuned for my next video. It might be a beauty video. It might be another question and answer video at some point before the end of this month. I hope to post another Q&A. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hugs to all of you. Please subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you liked it. Share this video if you think it will make somebody happy. Thank you so much. All right, bye-bye.